So the future, man. What do you think it's got for us?
A whole bunch of crazy stuff.
Dude, if you just coming to think about the future, it already messes with my head. I already don't like thinking about it too much because to think about where we came from and where we're at now, and it's only been 20 years.
It's mind blowing just from when we was a kid to, like you said, to where we are now. Like the smartphones, the
Like, it's literally everything. It literally started with the mobile phone. Like, all of a sudden there's a phone, and then now it's mobile. It's in your car, it's in your boat, and then turns out now it's in your pocket.
and back in school we didn't have a little smartphone to pull out to see the answer of the math question. You know, we had to use our brain, man.
I still don't use my brain. Ever since I had a smartphone, man, it made me dumb.
But hey, man, maybe there's got to be some pros to the future, right? Like, what if we had like regenerative medicines, like medicines that could, you know, you used all the medicine, but some kind of technology just brings it back. It regenerates
Like in your body?
inside and out. Like, I know that's crazy to think, but that's what technology is, right? I thought that was interesting.
I mean, I'd be pretty pretty neat if you actually, you know, it's like just like getting a vaccine or something like that, and all of a sudden it stays in you, but you don't never have to get another shot again. It's just like that one time shot, boom, you're good for life.
That would be amazing.
I know there's a few of them out there now. You can do that. It's like what is that shot? Hepatitis B or hepatitis C shot. I can't remember what it is, but
Yeah.
I ended up having to do it at my job. So it's like a three different times you have to take the shot, and after the third one, you're good for life.
Gotcha. Well, yeah. So what if in the future you only got to do it once?
I mean,
Amazing.
I was pretty sure you would get it as a baby, and then you would never need another shot in your life,
Right.
unless something else comes up like a new plague.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's probably gonna happen with all the new technology, and then all of a sudden all the war going on. You really think that someone's gonna come up with something to screw somebody up?
Some kind of artificial intelligence that it's, you know, it's going to be on a whole nother level than what it's on now, and there's going to be robots out there.
Exactly, you're gonna need something.
Yeah, dude. You can't. I feel like the robots, you're going to shoot them and it's not going to phase them. They're just going to be like, they're going to look at you like, what?
It's like, it's like that tickled. Like, oh shit.
Man, it seems more scary than bright when we think about the future, doesn't it?
Let's try to look on the bright side. Yeah, I'm trying, dude. It's just all going downhill from here.
But hey, one pro. I mean, I guess if you got some money, they're saying here, from what I've been reading, in 2050, in the year 2050, they're expecting that you can take tours of space and return back to Earth.
Like space, or like, you know, like you're in the like outermost layer of the atmosphere, the space. Like,
From what I'm reading right now, it just says space tourism could be feasible in 2050, but likely only for the very wealthy.
well, maybe I didn't want to be wealthy anyways. You want to go to space? Screw you. To be honest, I think it'd be pretty neat. At least if it's like a satellite type deal. The only issue I could see with that is how how we get into space now. It takes a lot of fuel, and that's just
A lot of money.
yeah. It's like I couldn't imagine. It's like, you know, the astronauts go up there, but they've been trained for years. Like, you know, all of a sudden we're gonna have regular tourisms.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think so. Like,
That's like they took 3 steps instead of one little step. Like they're just jumping.
yeah, it's like kind of just instead of a one step forward, it's like they freaking took a giant leap and like, yeah, you can do this by then, sure. You know how much G's they have to pull? Like, you have to withstand so many just to even get out of the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And that's what I was gonna be questioning. Is like, is it gonna be like the planes that you can take now? You can take them up pretty high, and then you know how they pretty much do the zero gravity test. Like, a lot of people can go on. All they do is go up there like in a giant cargo ship, and then they just like fall.
Right.
And then that's how you would experience the zero gravity like in space.
Right.
I wonder if they're gonna do the same thing, except for they're just gonna keep going up like in a plane. Because to be honest, in my head, I'm trying to figure out why can't we do that now instead of having to take a rocket all the way up into space. Is it just like, I'm not saying, is the gravity too strong? Do we have enough power to go out, get further out of the outermost layer of the atmosphere, or?
I really don't know, man.
I mean,
but
you gotta think about it, because that's the way I would think. Like, if you're gonna have a bunch of people just going up into space just for a little tour, I would imagine none of these people are gonna be trained like the astronauts they are now.
yeah. I mean, they would definitely have to have some kind of medical staff on board, some kind of like like food, drinks, just in case something went bad.
You get stuck up there, yeah, you're kind of screwed.
It's gonna have to be pretty detailed to sustain some kind of business like they're trying to do right
The
there.
idea,
But it sounds cool.
The idea of it is great.
Yeah.
But the reality of it, we'll see.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, if I could, I would. Why the hell not? That'd be amazing.
Now let me ask you about artificial intelligence.
AI.
100 years from now, your guess, what's going on?
Well, as far as we are with AI now, I don't know if you've seen all these videos of the robots and whatnot. Like, like where you can kick the robot, like it falls down, but it gets back up. It doesn't know retaliation. There's one where it's actually one of the robots is holding a gun and it's actually shooting different targets until like one of us jumps in front of it and then it doesn't shoot at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like and then it moves like you move quickly out of the way and then it shoots again. It's like it has some sort of I'm not gonna say facial recognition, but like some sort of recognition of saying there's a human body in front of you and I'm not supposed to shoot. That was pretty cool to see, but I could easily see in that go the complete like taking a wrong turn at Albuquerque somewhere, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be horrible. Like it's scary to think like this is gonna be the future. I mean, it'd be nice that we're gonna have to fight any wars, but we're gonna be seeing all these robots gonna be doing.
Isn't that weird just to think like in my generation, us men went out there and women, we went out there and fought and shoot people, but now it's just these millennials with their robots out there playing Call of Duty against each other.
I mean, that'd be, if we were controlling it, that'd be a whole nother ball game, man.
Bro, throw me in the front lines.
my
I'm gonna whoop some ass.
Dude, kill streak is on game.
25 kills, tactical
You're
noob.
done.
We win.
Game over. I mean, if we got to control it, it'd be one thing. But if it's regular AI intelligence, like they only like the movie iRobot and something like that, it'd be pretty neat. But it'd also be very scary. And I can see being good and bad in both ways. But I'm kind of intrigued to see it. I mean, then again, if we're gonna have robots and stuff like that doing stuff for us or doing things that we can't do, sooner or later they're gonna be doing the things that we can do. And if they're doing the things that we can do and being flawless at it, we're kind of going to get screwed over. And like, you want to find a job? Good luck.
Right. That's a big con to it, I see, is yes, it's nice to have the accessibility of having a robot do things for you, having the luxury of that, but it's doing things for you and you're not doing it, so how are you going to make money?
Yeah, exactly.
And of course, these big business people are going to want to save money and not have to pay people when they could spend a one-time big amount of money on this robot or whatever you want to call it to do the jobs for them.
No insurance. Like, you ain't got to worry about anything. Like, the only thing you got to worry about, like, if the robot becomes disabled of some sort, then, like, that would be something it's some sort of part of some sort of plan that you had that you bought with it, like a warranty plan.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I'm saying. I was like,
and then it's right back to work.
I was like,
oh.
yeah. Well, it's gonna be a little crazy, man, with the AI. I mean, like we already have, we've seen all these videos of Alexa and whatnot, and things are just going. Each step is going a little bit further and further, and once it gets too far, people are gonna start going crazy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a wild ride. I can't wait, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna be alive in another 100 years, so I don't really care.
Right.
But
it's cool to think about it.
Yeah. But my grandchildren, they're gonna have some training, without a doubt.
Yeah. Now, what do you think about driverless vehicles? Now, I know they're already here, the Tesla, but what do you think? Would you expect 50 years down the road that a majority of the vehicles out there are driverless vehicles at this point?
50 years, I could see it.
Okay.
I could either see like a majority of them or just like at least half.
Okay.
Well, because I mean, technically, everything's probably gonna be satellite and GPS oriented, and everything's gonna have all these sensors around your car like there are now. And except it's going to be super high tech, and you're never going to have to worry about an accident. If an accident does happen, it's going to be on the warranty. And usually, if you're in a driverless car and you're like as a passenger, you might still have the option to take the wheel like you do now. But even if you didn't, like, I'm sure that car would be like insanely protected on the inside. Like it's just practically like you could practically live on the road, and I'm trying to figure out if it's going to be electric or gas. Whatnot. The only thing you would have to do is pump the gas.
Yeah.
Pump the gas, put it in the GPS, and go.
I feel like gas in the future is not going to be a big thing. It's probably majority electric. I mean, a lot of the newer cars that's coming out to this date right now are a lot of them's electric. They're coming out with now,
which is very smart, but then it's going to hurt the economy. oil and stuff. You know, America.
Yeah.
We love our oil.
Yes, we do.
Golly. Yeah, it's only going to get worse. I would still like to see driverless cars. That would be pretty neat. It'd be a little off, but like it would take some getting used to for the majority of us. But then again, I'm like, as long as my car would just be like a party car. That's exactly all I'm thinking. I was like, man, I don't have to drive my car, nothing like that. As long as I don't hit, I guess, a certain button or whatnot and put it in manual mode, and I'm driving all of a sudden. Yeah, then. But it's also going to take away from Uber and Lyft and whatnot, especially when you go out drinking, because I'm an alcoholic. And that's the majority of how people get around now is Uber and Lyft.
Right.
And that's going to go out the window if all these cars are going to be doing the same thing.
Well, I think Uber's kind of... I've watched a YouTube video, and I think they're a little bit ahead of the game, thinking in the future. I've seen where they have created this large drone that transports people from where you are to where you want to go, and nobody's driving it. It's like artificial intelligence.
It's a car, or is it a drone?
It's a drone. You're in the sky.
What?
So picture this, right? Here's the road at the very bottom. You got where this drone goes, which is like above buildings and whatnot, and then you got airplanes way up here.
Yeah.
So it's not up in that height.
But you're still a couple hundred feet.
But you're passing all the traffic. You're up in the air, and you get from one place to another.
Are you like in a box or like? I was like,
It really just looks like you've seen my drone. I got a drone.
Yeah.
It's that, but on steroids. It's massive, and it has a seat. It's like a single person kind of thing. You'll have to see the video.
So you're sitting in a chair being carried by a drone. But that's it. You don't like a seatbelt, and then that's it. Like,
That's essentially it.
you know, I got some balls, but jeez, man, if I ain't controlling the thing, that's a little like
Yeah, there's no driver. It claims to take itself from point A to point B.
That's sketchy, but dude, that'd be cool.
I think that's on my point of view on all this is travel in the future. That's what's going to happen. There's going to be, you still got the cars down here on the bottom on the road.
Yeah.
And then right here in the middle, you're going to have some kind of new air traffic system that has these new vehicles that can take you to point A to point B and then still remaining below the airplanes. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be like a 3-positional traffic flow.
Depends on where you're at, because you still got trains, you still have subways, you're gonna have cars, and you have the subways that go above, like a train. I guess that would be a train, but usually above the above the ground. And then it would be, I guess, the drones or whatever. I mean, that would be pretty neat. I mean, I can also see it happening, but then again, it'd be a lot of different airway type of traffic.
Yep.
You have to have different stoplights up top, or they're always going to be like constant flow. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a little bit different. It might be a little bit faster in some ways, but then again, I feel like there'd just be like it's a whole lot of problems. I can see like
that could happen.
Imagine getting into an accident up in the air.
Yes. The future sounds so cool, but it's so dangerous.
Yeah, survive that. You can survive a car accident because you're inside a car. You got a seatbelt. You're in a drone, man, and all you got is a chair and a seatbelt. With nothing around you. Imagine another drone comes out of nowhere and hits you. Mm-hmm. No offense, I'm probably playing some Mario Kart or something like that, and I'm racing whoever's next to me, dude. Oh, done.
You don't want the drunk driver in the sky. I guess that'd be worse than the drunk driver on the road. He's gonna start playing Mario Kart with you up in the sky.
Start throwing turtle shells at your ass. No, that'd be pretty neat. I'd like that. It was just like, again, I always, as much as an optimist, I'm more of a realist. I'm like,
yeah,
like LS seems really cool, but if you really think about it, it's kind of not in our it's not realistic.
Right.
It's really not. I mean, but I get that's why it's the future.
But that's the future.
That's the future. Nothing's realistic that we think now, and there's gonna be all this new technology. So what I'm saying will be put to shame, but that's just what I know. I'm gonna tell you exactly how it is. Like, it's gonna cause issues, and that's gonna be issues not for me to try and fix.
Yeah. I literally think it's going to be like a whole different world. Like, from what we're living in right now, we're sitting here doing a podcast, we're talking about this, and then maybe we listen to this 40 years down the road from now. Like, this whole virtual reality, like,
oh yeah,
I purchased myself an Oculus, and man, they have a thing where you can put this thing, you put the headset on, and you can just, like, be in a whole different reality. At this point, where we're at right now, in the present, I can only imagine 50 years down the road. I've seen people talking about how they're saying you could go grocery shopping, quote unquote. Like, you put the Oculus on, and you see the grocery store and you're picking out what you want and then somebody drives it to you. Or maybe in that part of the future there's a drone that comes from the sky and drops your groceries down to you.
I can see that. Actually, I feel like there's there's like the Uber Eats and whatnot, all those different companies that do that now, where they bring food to. Like I used to work at a grocery store, and now there's a third party that would go shopping for you, and you're just paying this third party to get it plus your groceries. And now it's all about convenience.
Right.
So I'm telling you, it's already happening now. Imagine this now. I guess you get to pick it out with your own eyes. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I think that's the definition of the future, of at least what we're going at it with, is convenience.
Everything's got to be convenient.
AI is going to do it for you. Less traffic somewhere up in the sky.
All I see now is WALL-E.
Yeah.
All I see now is we're all going to be super fat, and be lazy, sitting in a chair. It's going to move everything for us, and the food comes directly to you. There's going to be a screen in front of our faces for more than 24 hours a damn day. Yep. No one's going to want to talk to each other unless you're on another screen.
Yep.
And it's going to be horrible, but I'm kind of excited.
It's awesome, but it's bad.
It's really bad. I mean, it's going to be pretty neat. But like I said, I can see it from the WALL-E aspect. I'm like,
so what?
I'm going to take a left turn.
So what if we took this another step? Like where I was talking about with the Oculus. You could put it on, you see the grocery store, you pick what you want. But instead of somebody bringing it to you, what if at this point 3D printing could somehow print out what you got there? I mean, I know it's food, so that's kind of far-fetched. I know people...
No, to be honest, I could see it.
But, like, what if you went to Walmart in the Oculus and you needed, like, some candles or something, and then you have this 3D printer with it that just prints it out after you paid them money?
That'd be pretty interesting. So, I've dealt with 3D printers before. It takes a while to print.
Yep.
So, unless you needed it right then and there, I'm sure they would have something there that you could have. But I'm sure that technology in the future, 3D printing is going to take less than an hour. Now, depending on what it is, like some of the things that I work with now takes about 8 hours to 24 hours just to make one thing.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're not massive things, but it's just the material that it is.
Right.
And it's like plastic or whatever, but this 3D printing material, it just takes a while to print. But I could see it happening with food, because I'm assuming we're all going to have some sort of 3D printer at home. Oh, what is that movie? Oh, it just reminded me of a movie on Disney Channel. It was so long ago. It was a Smart House.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, man. So in Smart House, literally is perfect example of a good and bad AI.
Yeah.
Perfect example, because like you're in your room like at some point, and you can change the scenery of your whole entire room, like you're at the beach or whatever, you're going to sleep, different nightlight, and they have literally the kitchen, like there's literally an AI for the whole entire house. Like you said, you're hungry, you pick your food, and all of a sudden it popped up out of the island in the middle of the kitchen. I was like, what? It's telling, that's the future right there.
Yeah.
Like that's what I see happening, and then just so happens in the movie that it does turn a little left.
All the movies have pretty much told us that the future is bad.
Yeah. It shows us the good sides and the bad side. I tell you that, you do need to watch that movie. It is it's a really good kids movie for sure. I'd still watch it now. I'm pretty sure it's on Disney Plus. I mean, Disney Plus got everything they've pretty much made. So if it's on there, dude, definitely watch it. You would get a greater appreciation of what we're talking about now.
So let me ask you, out of everything we talked about, could be something different. What is your number one thing you're most excited for the future?
What I'm most excited for? Besides, I love being lazy. Don't get me wrong, but it's gonna have to probably do something with gaming and entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, think about like you want to go watch the game. You can go watch a football game with your Oculus on right there in the crowd with your boys.
Yeah.
And you're so far apart, and you're just with an Oculus, like, here, cheers, bud. And you're having a drink, because, well, technically the drink's in front of you. But
you can do that right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so imagine that just like on a whole nother level. Not just
right.
Like you're just not watching, but you're like in the stands watching it,
right.
Or like your front row seats. I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be in the future when it comes to sports and stuff like that, or even just regular video games. It's going to be, everything's probably going to be first person, and so we'll say you're watching football around the whole entire arena, there's literally going to be cameras at every single section you could think of, every point of view.
Yeah.
And it's just you're going to put on your little Oculus goggles, and you can watch the game from any point. The only thing is that you'd be paying for a subscription.
Right.
That's all, like an NFL ticket.
Right.
That's all it is.
That's I agree with you, man. That's what I'm excited for. We've brought this movie up so many times in this podcast, but Ready Player One.
Yeah.
That's what I expect. Like, if this world goes to shit because of artificial intelligence or whatever it could be, some war or something.
To me, yeah.
What if our reality that we're in right now or in the future became so much shit that when you put on this virtual reality, it is so much of a better reality than what the real reality is.
That's what I think it's going to be. Like, again, it's like the Wall-E thing.
So, like in that...
You're going to get stuck in this reality and you're not going to want to change.
Right.
To be honest, I get it. Because I get it, dude. Life sucks sometimes. I get it. It sucks. You have to work every day, 40-hour job plus just to make ends meet.
Yep.
But if I could do that and make money,
Right.
somehow, like if they involved that money, like besides, I mean, even if not, like you would still work a rather regular 8-hour day, however long your shift is. You would come home and then you would probably you would go straight for your little Oculus, whatever, just to go into another reality.
Right.
And to be honest, that's what it is now. Like right now, not even without Oculus.
Yeah.
That's what normal kids come home, normal even adults like us. We come home after a long day of work. What do we want to do? Sit back, have a beer, play some games. Why do we want to play some games? Because it's another reality we can go into. We can play this game. We're not having to control ourselves. We're just controlling the game.
Right.
And that's really, to us, it's just an escape from this reality to another one.
Exactly.
And that's what I think it's going to end up being. But I'm really...
Just on a whole nother scale.
It's on a whole other scale. But I'm probably going to be doing it. But then again, it's only going to get worse.
Right. But yeah, man, I think that whole virtual reality thing can be... I think that is the future. Like, maybe when our great-grandkids, they don't come home to their TV. They just come home to, like, their little glasses or whatever. Not even big goggles.
It's just going to be glasses, yeah.
Just little glasses or something, man. They're just sitting there laying in bed watching their movie or something, and they're actually chilling on the beach through these glasses or something. I don't know.
That would be pretty neat. Or if it was like there's some of the Oculus type things where you're in a harness and you're also on this platform to where you're actually getting exercise. So anything you want to do, you are physically doing.
Right.
Like you want to play Call of Duty, like you're in the you say you have a gun or something in your hand, like a controller, and then you would literally be in this harness inside on this little platform. So when you run, your character's running, so everything the character's doing, you're doing. Mm-hmm. And if it goes that route, I think that would be more amazing. Until it comes to games to like where you can fly and whatnot, then there's gonna be something out there. But I'm telling you, like it's gonna be amazing if you can do that type of stuff.
Well, that's my dream is to like. There's a specific scene I'll name out in Ready Player One, but like my favorite thing I want to do in VR is just like whatever I want to do. Like there's this scene where he's like, I wanted to go rock climbing, so I went rock climbing with Batman. Yeah. And my mind was like, whoa. What? I have never been more jealous in my life. Like
that would be pretty amazing. Like I said, like you see something like that, I'm like, my gosh, it would blow your mind, and that would give you the most. It's not. What's the dopamine, man? It's like you're the most. You'd be straight up amazed. You'd be in a whole other world, and you would be so happy. And that's what it's gonna be, dude.
That'll be the new rehab for drug addicts. Like, put on this headset and go have a good time. Just forget about the drugs.
This is what you do without drugs.
Yeah.
So
you're on those drugs, you can't afford this. So get off the drugs so you can go rock climbing with Batman. What are you doing?
Get your fix somewhere else. This is where you want your fix. I'm pretty sure they would just actually they would play the game just to go hang out with other druggies and do drugs.
Yeah, just do them both at the same time. That's what they do.
He's gonna be doing drugs, then he's gonna get on the Oculus, then he's gonna go into another trap house inside the game. And then he's gonna shoot. Like, dude, this is really good shit, man.
He's gonna be selling drugs inside the game while he's doing drugs.
Hey, man, I mean, you gotta make your money somewhere.
But hey, I hope y'all enjoyed this, man. This has been on the future. Me and Dylan, this is our thoughts on it. You know, it might be good. I hope it is good, but you never know. But we're excited. We're definitely excited.
Definitely can't wait. Thank you guys for listening, man.